Hi there, my name's Jamie Smith, and today I'm going to be doing a bit of a behind the scenes making of kind of look at the short story reading that I have posted. If you haven't listened to it already, please do go and have a listen because there'll be a link down below. And once you have, come back here and I'll tell you a little bit about why I wrote that and how it came about. The Right Hand of Sin is an idea that has been with me for a few years now. It was kind of just ticking away at the back of my mind. I wasn't quite sure what it was going to end up being, if it would be a full novel aimed at an adult audience, that kind of thing, or what. But I saw an opportunity when I came across a short story competition, and though I knew that there was basically no chance of winning that kind of thing because it tends to be that genre fiction doesn't do well in that kind of area, I knew it would be really great motivation for getting something down on the page, and I had to think about it and The Right Hand of Sin, then work under the working title of Knight, Errant, which is not a good one, seemed like a good fit that I could turn that little idea into a little story. Sometimes it's just best to get an idea out and gone so you don't have to be thinking about it any longer and you can move on to other stuff. This seemed like the best opportunity for that. The Right Hand of Sin, it's not the same kind of tone that I normally go for. My published book, Frostfire, is a children's book. This is still fantasy, like that is, but it's for an older audience and more mature themes to it. It's quite a bit darker, though not too much in the way of blood and guts and sex and that kind of thing. Part of the purpose of it is to kind of deconstruct a lot of the fantasy tropes that you see a lot of the time. The chosen one hero, the evil and completely evil general, and the dark one, that kind of stuff that you see often in the sort of Lord of the Rings, Wheel of Time, that kind of thing. You might have noticed in the story that the characters are never named, they're just spoken about in terms of their position and what they do, the hero, the general, that kind of thing. In fact, the main character doesn't even get their gender mentioned, which I didn't realise was going to be the case until I was quite a long way through the story, and I realised that I'd never actually said he, she, or whatever else, and it just seemed like a good fit to let that remain a mystery as well. I wanted to make sure that the major characters all had their shades of grey to them, that though they feel like they're doing the right thing on many counts, none of them are purely heroic. There's no just directly good characters, and indeed no quite evil characters, though they do some pretty awful things. As mentioned in my other video about Frostfire, the more in-depth video, all of my fantasy stories are set in basically the same universe, but at different places in them, with completely different sets of characters and magic systems, that kind of thing. The Infinite Sea's got all sorts of things on it, and this is one of the places on it. And there's lots of little links to it that are not easily noticed, like things like spell-forged objects that provide magic, made from the metal of stars and that kind of thing. It's really nice getting to do a really different tone to this, and having that kind of almost over-the-top narration to it as well. I really enjoy the main character's voice, the kind of dripping with contempt, but still kind of keeping their own ego and their own belief in what they're doing is right kind of thing. I also enjoyed making it so that the ending was a little bit so that you couldn't quite tell how things were going to turn out, if things were going to fall apart, that the secrets would be uncovered, or if maybe it would continue on and the deceptions that have been used might actually prove to be beneficial for people. As always with stuff like that, it's people's emotions and people's own character flaws that undo like carefully laid plans, and you can see things starting to fray right at the very end of the story. It's nice to get a full piece of work up on YouTube here so that you can listen to the whole thing rather than just an excerpt. I'm hoping to do a few more bits and bobs like that, like maybe a few more short stories, and we'll see what there is available. In any case, thanks for listening to the reading and for going on to come to this bit. If you've enjoyed what you've heard and you'd like something else by me, As always, my children's book Frostfire is available in all good stores. Thank you, and see you again.